Hey everybody, Joshua Hayward here, professional breakthrough expert and founder and CEO of True Life Training and creator of the Transformational Teaching 3-Day Intensive, where I work with entrepreneurs and motivated individuals like yourself who have a message to share to get really clear on what is that message and how can you share it in a way that you make a huge impact and a huge income. Now in this training video that I'm creating for you right now, I'm going to share with you the top 10 questions that I get about how do you start out in the speaking, training, and coaching industry, and how do you make a whole lot of income making an impact for other people. From how do you create products, to promoting your website, to promoting an event, and really sharing your message so that you're making a true impact, truly feel fulfilled, but also create an income in your life so you're making a ton of money and create the freedom and abundance that you truly want as well. So, a bunch of these questions that I've been getting over the past couple days after releasing the other videos, the 17 myths about the speaking and coaching industry, and the 6-figure speaker training, how to become a 6-figure speaker in your first 6 months. These are some of the questions that I got. So the first one is, how do I get started? Well, it's funny, this is probably one of the most common questions I get is, how do I get started? Because, you know, there's so many people that have a message that they want to speak, or they want to become a coach, or they want to write a book, and it's a desire, but they never really take action on it. I think I heard a statistic the other day at an event that I'm here in Tampa, Florida, that 85% of the population want to write a book, and about 1% has actually written the first chapter. So there's a lot of people that want to do this, but without knowing exactly what to do, tend not to take action and do it. So how do you get started? Well, how you get started is basically decide to start and schedule an event. So how I started was, first I got clear on what was my message. So what's your message? What do you want to share? What's the impact you want to make? And then second, who is your audience? Who is your market, and who are you going to share that message with? Once you've identified your message and your market, well, now it's time to share your message with that market. And the best way to do that is to throw your hat over the wall and schedule an event. So pick a date, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks out from today, schedule an event, commit to it, and now you're committed, you've got an event that you're going to deliver, and now you're going to create the marketing around it, you're going to start promoting it, start getting people to register for that event, that now you're already called into action because you've got an event to go to. So people ask, well, how do I do it the first time? Decide to do it, schedule it, and get it done. Because what gets scheduled gets done. So the easiest way to get started is to schedule an event, commit to it, and then go through the actions that are necessary in order to actually follow through on that event and get people there and deliver your message and make an impact. So next question about that is, how do I promote an event? So once you've scheduled your event, what are you going to do? How are you going to promote it? So this kind of differs from when you're starting and what kind of event you're going to be doing, whether it's a 2-hour event, whether you're charging for it, or it's for free, or you're doing a 3-day event. So starting out, let's say you're doing a 2-hour event, you're doing a complimentary event, and at the end of this event, you're going to offer another product or course at the end, and that's where you're going to make your money. So you're going to give people lots of value for free at this complimentary event, and then at the end, you're going to say, hey, well, come do this 1-day event with me for $500, or 3-day event for $2,000, or buy this DVD for $100, whatever it is that you're going to be offering at the back end. So to promote a complimentary event, best way to do that really is with Facebook. Facebook is an absolutely amazing tool. Creating a Facebook event page, inviting all of your friends, getting them to invite their friends to the Facebook event. Also utilizing Facebook ads. You can go in there on the ads manager because you can get very selected and targeted on your market in the area that you're doing the event. And that's basically how I started. I created a Facebook event. I didn't even use ads. I used a Facebook event and I called some friends and invited some people. And my first event, I had 15 people there. So for you, starting out, it's what's your first event, basically throwing your hat over the wall, getting your feet wet, and doing the first one. And that's how I started. Also, in doing the free events, the complimentary events where you're offering something on the back end, you're going to want to keep doing those events if you're using that as part of your funnel, which I'll share a little later on in this video about what a funnel is. So at a complimentary event where people are there, they're getting lots of value, it's a great idea, and this is something that a lot of people in this industry don't do, is it's a great idea to give them tickets to come to the next event, so that they can then leave with 5, 10 tickets that they're going to give to all their friends to come to your next event. And it's basically tapping into the word of mouth, which is the #1 best way of marketing it, is through word of mouth. And it's how I built my business, is through Facebook and word of mouth. So those are the two most effective ways that I've found in building my business to create that. So how do you promote an event? Well, get on Facebook, invite some people, engage in conversation, and just get your first one under your belt, and then start promoting, always having one event lead into the next event. When we're talking about a paid event on a larger scale, maybe it's a 3-day event that you're doing, how you promote that event is by doing a lot of smaller events, but also speaking in front of other groups and organizations, going into networking groups, and getting in front of other people. And you can also get other people to promote your event for you, to support you, and maybe pay them a referral or a commission. That everybody that signs up for your event, you're going to pay them 50% or 20% or 10% of the ticket sales for that. And you have other people that have a similar target market as you that are sharing your knowledge, your information, your event with their list, their clients, their connections, and sending all those people that you didn't have access to before into your event, and you're paying them a commission for it. It's a really great way of marketing and connecting with other people in the industry. Next one is a really good one, and this is where a lot of people get stuck and don't take action because they want it to be perfect, and that is, what do I put on my website? And I see so many people get stuck in wanting everything to be absolutely perfect. Like they're going to spend $5,000, $10,000 on this amazing website that's beautiful, but doesn't really get them results. So ultimately, when it comes to your website, is really simple. You can have on there like your contact page and different events that you have coming up, and about you and your story and all that kind of stuff. But basically, the most important thing to have on a web page is, in this industry, this is the list building industry. So you want to create a list. You want to create a list of contacts and people that are interested in what you're doing. So what you want to do, basically, I'm going to draw you a little picture here. So let's say when somebody lands on your webpage. Here's a blank webpage. What you're going to want first is, up here at the top, you're going to want a banner. So a banner of what is your company. You go to any of my websites and you'll see at the top is a banner of True Life Training, and we got our little logo over here. So you want a banner. And then maybe you're going to have here the banner where you're going to have like your contact page and your blog and all that kind of stuff. You'll have the links here. And what you want to have is, you want to have something engaging for people that's going to draw people in. So I often use a video. So I'll have a video over here that is going to catch people's attention and going to say, hey, this is who I am, this is what I can do for you. It's going to be a lot about that person rather than about you. And now, the most important thing you want to be doing with your website is, again, capturing leads and getting people's contact information. So in this video, using the video, you're going to want to give away something for free. Whether it's a free report, a free ebook, a free consultation, a ticket to a free event, whatever it is, you're going to want to give them something for free. And then over here on the right-hand side, you're going to want to have enter your email address and probably get their name and their email address. And then down here, you're going to have a button for submit. So you want them to enter their name, enter their email address, click submit, and they're going to go to a thank you page. So basically, this is what you want to have on your webpage. If you're not using a video, have some copy, some writing, some pictures and images that engage people, and then direct people. So this is basically your main focus right here. Get people's contact information. Because then once you've got that, now you can start marketing to them, you can start sending them emails, start sending them promotions about your other products and programs that you have to offer, and actually get them engaged in what you're doing, start making an impact in their lives, and start making an income in the process. So people always ask me, okay, well, how do I find a web designer? Well, if you look at all of our websites, I think I've got like 21 websites up right now, they're all built off of a program called OptimizePress. And you can check that out, OptimizePress.com. It's basically a WordPress plugin that you can buy for $97 that you can put on every single one of your websites that has templates of what do all these websites look like, where you very easily plug in your banner and you input your video and what you want to say for the opt-in. So all these, you just kind of fill in your pieces and it automatically places all this stuff for you where it's already designed to sell. It's already designed to get people to take action and engage in what you have. So on your website, get opt-in information. Also, something else really important to have on there is like your policies and terms and conditions and copyright and all that stuff, so you don't get sued or anything. So that's really good to have. Next thing, great question, how do I shoot my videos? So as you've seen, I do a lot of videos. My Facebook page has hundreds of videos on there right now, and people are often asking, well, what do you use to shoot your videos? So right now, as you can see, I'm just sitting by the pool here in Florida, and I'm using an iPhone. So as simple as that, I've got a smartphone set up. The natural light here is pretty good. So I'm using an iPhone, and it's very simple. And there's some people that are very concerned about having HD and high quality video and everything absolutely perfect and the lighting, all this kind of stuff, which is great to have, and there's some videos I do that has all that stuff, but it's not absolutely essential. Now, because people will deal with crappy video quality, but audio quality is absolutely essential, because if there's horrible audio on your video, people are going to stop watching it. But as long as they can hear, they don't have to see the perfect image, it can be kind of blurry or kind of out of focus. As long as they can hear the message, they're going to stay engaged. Now, when it comes to shooting other videos, like when I'm in my studio and I'm just ringing off a whole bunch of short videos to put up on my video blog, I have a backdrop, which is basically a white sheet that is iron and stretched out, so it's nice and white, and there's no wrinkles or anything there. And then I've got 2 or 3 lights that I turn on and shine on me that I bought for a couple $100. You can check it out online and just look for video lighting. You can probably find some stuff on Kijiji or Craigslist that somebody who just got a new set, now they're selling their old one, pick them up for a couple $100. And again, I use my iPhone for most of my videos because it takes really good quality. So any digital camera you can pick up for a couple $100 at Future Shop or Best Buy or any of the other electronic stores is going to work fine for you for the majority of your videos. Now, there are times when I'm doing more professional videos, I've got a launch going on or something on my website, or I'm recording an event, and that's when I actually hire another company to come in. They've got their big honking cameras and their microphones and lights and cords and stuff all over the place. And I encourage you, if you're doing some more professional videos or you're submitting stuff to news stations or putting something on TV or doing a really big promotion on your website, is to get some very professional HD 1080p video done by another professional. You can also buy those cameras yourself online. That's something that I haven't done right now. It's not worth the investment for the amount of videos that I do that I want that quality. So really just go out there when you're starting, get a simple digital camera from an electronics store, set it up on a tripod, get a couple lights or sit out here in natural light and shoot your videos. Because it's not so much what's going on in the video, it's the content and the information that you have to share. So shooting videos, again, get over perfectionism. This is what I had to do when I first started my business and stop trying to be perfect. Because people don't care about perfect, and perfect is only perfect to you. If you screw up 20 times in a video, you're the only person who's going to know that you screwed up. Next is, how do I create products? So once you get started in this business, how do you create products? How do you share your knowledge, your information with a lot of other people? And there's a ton of different ways that you can share your information. So you can write books, you can do ebooks, special reports online, you can create questionnaires that give them a printout and a diagnostics afterwards. You can do audio programs, CDs, stuff that they're going to listen to online, podcasts, teleseminars where people log in on the telephone. You can do webinars online. You can create DVDs where you just sit in front of a camera, share your information for a while. You've got live events. You've got video training series where you've got a whole bunch of videos and DVDs. You can do coaching. You can create a membership site, monthly newsletters that you send out to people, a monthly questions and answers call that you can do for them, mastermind groups. Like, it's very endless as far as the different products that you can create for sharing with other people. So when it comes to the smaller stuff like writing a book or special reports, that's very simple. You just write out your stuff, you write out your information, and then maybe work with an editor and a graphic designer to put it together in a really nice ebook with pictures and graphics that it looks pretty, and then you sell that from your website. As far as an audio program, very simple, sit down and talk with a microphone plugged into your computer and just speak. On a Mac you can use whatever it's called, I'm not sure what it's called, GarageBand. Any recording device that you've got on your computer, and just plug in a microphone. I use a Snowball microphone, so I forget what company creates it, but again, it's just a USB mic that you can plug into your computer and record. I know with most Macs now, the microphone is built in, and basically just sit there and talk about what you know, record it, and now you've got the audio recording that you can just put that as available online. Or you can work with a fulfillment house to actually get it burned onto a CD and get some packaging done and actually mail that CD out to people. In shooting a DVD, again, this is where I would go into the studio with the guy with the big camera and get really good quality and shoot the DVD, sit in front of a camera and talk for an hour or 4 hours or 8 hours or 12 hours or however long you're going to make your DVD program. And then again, you can just host that up online and people can download it and watch it online, or you can work with a fulfillment house to actually burn that on DVDs, create some packaging, and then mail that out for people. In creating live events, the next thing is you can do like a 2-hour event, you can do a half-day event, a full-day event, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days. You can do something where you split it up over a couple weeks, however it's going to work for you, that you're sharing a different breadth of knowledge and information and creating an experience for people where instead of them just sitting in front of their computer and they've got this shelf help that a lot of people don't actually go through the entire process, you can work with them in person to really create an impact for them. Also, you can do coaching programs where you meet with the person in person, but most likely you're going to be talking to them over the phone or through a webinar software online like GoToWebinar, or it can be a group coaching program where everybody's calling in at the same time and you're giving everybody some one-on-one coaching and it's group coaching, holding each other accountable. And next is creating different mastermind groups and having mastermind groups where a whole bunch of people, you can do this virtually where they log on to a webinar, everybody can see each other's faces and now you're all working together to build your businesses. Or you can do this in person where it's again like a live event, everybody coming together for a day or two, all working with each other to build their businesses. Also the webinars, again, GoToWebinar.com is a great software for doing that. You can do teleseminars, instant teleseminar, where people are calling in on the phone and you're sharing your information over the phone. So it's really endless on how you can create products and share your message. You just got to get clear on how do you want to do it. And one thing that I wish I would have done when I started was actually provide more types of value in the beginning. Provide everything from the simple ebooks all the way to the high-level coaching and training programs. And offering everything right up front, whether it was created or not. And the next question I get when it comes to creating products is, how much should I charge for my products? And I run into a lot of people that have great value, great information, and a message to share that can make an impact in people's lives, but they have this resistance to sharing that information and charging people for it. And so this is something that I really want to deal with right now, is this block towards charging for your product, your service, believing that you've got to give it away for free. And that is absolute bullshit. That is totally stupid. Because giving away stuff for free, people aren't going to see the value in what you do. They aren't going to engage. They aren't going to actually get the results, stay committed, and get the results. And it's not going to have the impact that you want for them. This train is really bothering me right now. But oh well, I'm going to keep talking and push through this, see how long this goes. So when it comes to how much you charge, you really got to, charging people and sales, another word for that is service. Because in order to serve them fully, they've got to be engaged in it. They've got to have an investment of time, energy, and money in order for them to truly get value, totally be invested in what it is that you have to offer. So sales is service. You've got to sell your stuff. Now, as far as how much you want to charge, really, you choose how much you want to charge. Ultimately, it comes down to you. What do you want to charge? What do you feel your value is worth? And then when you come up with that number, just providing value in relationship to that number. Because ultimately, it's not about the money, it's not about the cost, it's about the value that somebody is going to get out of it. Because let's take, for example, $50,000. Now, to most people, that would seem like a lot of money. But if I said, give me $50,000 and I'm going to help you make $1 million this year, that's a small amount of money in proportion to what you're going to make and the impact and the value that that has. So you want to be able to share your message, give them your price, the cost, but provide value in direct proportion to that and exceeding value more than what they're paying, that are like, yeah, that's a no-brainer, I really want to invest in this. So ultimately, you choose what you charge. And when I first started and I was doing coaching, people were asking me for coaching and coaching and coaching. I was like, I don't want to do coaching. but I decided, you know what, I guess I'll take on 3 clients maximum, and now how much can I charge that people will say no and leave me alone, but if they do say yes, it'll actually be worth it for me to do coaching. And I came up with $50,000 a year. And I sat down with 3 people that wanted coaching. I said, yeah, this is my program, it's $50,000 a year, and was just totally grounded in it. I didn't care if I got them as a client or not, because I didn't want clients, but if I did, $50,000 would be great. And the first 3 people I sat down with, they all signed up because of the value that they saw out of a complimentary coaching session that I did with them, and the value and the impact they saw that it would have in their business over the course of the year. So it really comes down to what you want to charge. But a really good model for doing this that I'll share with you as well right now is the sales funnel that I mentioned a little bit earlier. So basically the sales funnel is like this, and it is a funnel where up here within your business, in your funnel, you want to be bringing people in. So you're going to use like Facebook and word of mouth and social media and affiliates and maybe pay-per-click advertising and your blog and a whole bunch of things to bring people into the top of your funnel. Up here at the top of your funnel, you want to be giving away something for free. So this is just like on your website that I was talking about earlier, having something that you're giving away for free, whether it's a free ebook, a free audio, a free download of a report, a free complimentary coaching session with you, a free event. You want to have something up here for free that brings people into your funnel and engages them in your information, so then you can share with them all the other information that you have. After you've got something for free, next level where you want to drive people is maybe something for $7. So this could be a really low-cost webinar where you're going to, again, offer something at the end, or it's a report or an audio program, something for around $7. That's a very low-cost investment for people, but it takes somebody from up here as a prospect and turns them into a buyer. And it is 20 times easier to get a buyer to buy something else from you than it is to get a prospect to make the first sale. Huge, huge. So you get somebody to make the first purchase from you for $7, and now they've become a buyer, and it's 20 times more likely that they're going to buy something else for you. So offering them something down here of not low value, but low cost and low investment for them. Then you're going to go up here, and maybe it's going to be something, a level up. Maybe it's $47 for a webinar or a newsletter or something you're going to offer them every month. Then up here you're going to go maybe $97 to $197 for maybe it's a DVD course that you're offering. Then down here you're going to come up, and you'll notice that as we're coming down through the funnel, the prices are getting more expensive because there's going to be less people, but at a higher dollar level. So maybe this is $497 for a one-day course that you're doing, or an 8-hour DVD program, or 12-hour audio course, something around the $500 mark. Then after that, you're going to go up to something around the $2,000 mark, like $1997. And you'll notice that I'm using 7 in all of these because when it comes to online sales and people engaging and buying something, the number 7 converts better. I don't know why, it just does. It's been proven through all the tests that the number 7 actually gets more people to click the purchase now button. So use this number 7 in everything that you're doing. So $19.97, maybe this is for a 3-day course, or a 3-month coaching program with you, or an online training course that has some DVDs, some audio programs, some workbooks and manuals, whatever that is for you. Then after $19.97, maybe you come down here and you've got $49.97, and now this is a $5,000 program. Where this is more in-depth training for you. Maybe this is your mastermind group or one-on-one coaching within a mastermind group for 3 months. That's at $49.97. Then having something up here at $9.97, maybe $10,000 to $20,000, where we've got programs in that price range. And then down here is where you get into the really high-level packages that you're going to be offering people that are really, truly committed to making an impact, or when you get into more training for groups or businesses that want to bring you in, where this will be like $50,000 to $250,000 for you to come in and do some training for their groups and their organizations. So when it comes to pricing your stuff is figure out what is your funnel, what are all these different ways that you're going to provide your value, and then what leads to what leads to what leads to what, so that people come in and they kind of go through this ladder of ascension, where if we flip this up, they're kind of climbing this ladder to get to your higher level training programs. As you're helping them with these programs and they're getting better results, they're going to want more because you're making an impact on their lives, that they're going to keep engaging in more information and working with you at a higher level. So basically, that's the easy, quick way, simple way to price your stuff, is create that ladder of ascension, create that funnel that when people are coming in the beginning, it's something free, low investment of time, energy, and money, but you slowly provide more value to them, make a bigger impact, that now they're going to engage in you on a higher level, and you're going to make a much larger income as well. Next question, really good question, is how do I get coaching clients? So as you know, when I first started, I started out charging $1,000 an hour for coaching, which is a lot more than most coaches charge. And getting started coaching, really, anyone, and I kind of say anyone can be a coach, because you have value, you have knowledge. If you can help somebody, you can coach them. And now there's a little bit of resistance for me saying that, because you also want to be good at coaching people and being able to work through their challenges and really truly help them. And in my previous video, the 17 myths about this industry, I talked about having to have all the letters behind your name and credentials, and really, credentials don't really matter. And some people are like, oh yeah, but credentials, they need to be credentialized and all this kind of stuff, and that's great. I really honor people that have gone through that process and done that, and I encourage you to go through that process, go get the credentials and get the training on how to be a really great coach, but it isn't essential to being able to help somebody. Because if you can help somebody and truly help them and know how to empower them to get results for themselves, then you can be a coach and you can support them. And now this is something about coaching, is that people don't want coaching. People don't hear about the coaching industry and say, oh, I want to try that. I want to go out and get a coach. No, it's something that people have to be sold. So people don't buy coaching, they have to be sold coaching. And the best way to do this is to give them a free session that sells into your coaching program. So you want to give them like 45 minutes or an hour of your time for free, complimentary, where you're going to coach them. And you're going to show them what coaching is, and work on getting a really identity level breakthrough for them, or getting them to see results from that 45 minutes or half hour, that they see the value in continuing with you on a long-term basis. And basically, the best way to get coaching clients is do that free session for 45 minutes or an hour, and then say at the end, hey, did you enjoy this? Great. Do you want to hear about how we can continue working together? Yes, great. So here's my coaching program, and you just lay it out for them. You give them lots of value, tell them the price, and say, hey, you ready to get started? And then they sign up for your coaching program, and you get to work with them on an ongoing basis. Now, with coaching, it's important to, rather than charge by the session or by the hour, is to get a longer-term commitment. So the shortest time commitment I'll do for anybody when it comes to coaching is 3 months, so that I know that I've got 3 months to work with them to really get results. Because just a one-off coaching session here and there isn't really going to work to get them the results that they want. So get a 3-month commitment up to a 1-year commitment to a lifetime commitment, and get a true commitment from them where they're paying for the coaching program, not for the coaching hour. So get out of this mindset of charging by the hour and start charging for the value. What's the value that you're going to be providing? So important to do that when it comes to getting coaching clients. Next is a really good one, is how can I have success in this economy? Well, you know what, this is kind of funny, because it doesn't really matter what economy we're in, the information industry is always thriving. Because even if people are already up on top and making lots of money, the economy's great, or the economy has smacked down and it's really challenging, is that people are in need and they want to know, what do I need to do to succeed in this economy? And they're willing to invest in people and education that is going to empower them to succeed in that economy. So people are always looking for the answer, for the fix, for you to show them the way to create the results that they want, no matter what the economy is. People are looking for information, they're looking for the how-tos, they're looking for the support to create the results that they want. So it doesn't really matter the economy. When the economy sucks, it's actually one of the best times in this industry, because you can get in there, show people the value and the impact that you're going to have for them, and they'll be like, you know what, you're going to help me in this economy, and yes, I want your stuff, and you're going to engage in it. So that doesn't really matter. People are hungry for that success. Next question. This is a really good one. If he were to start over, what would Josh do differently? So what would I do differently if I were to start over? Well, I'm coming up on 2 years now in this industry. Been able to build a $500,000 company. But when I first started, I was struggling a lot. I think when I first started dipping my toe in the water in this industry, I wasn't making any money whatsoever, literally $0 every single month, and was really stuck. And it wasn't until I hired a mentor that I was able to break through some of the stuff that was going on in here, and immediately went from 0 to over 30 grand a month, just like that, and it's because I hired a mentor. So one of the things I would do differently if I were to start over is get a mentor right away. Start working with somebody who had already built a 7-figure business in this industry to hold my hand and show me exactly what to do. Another thing I would have done differently is gotten to some other events of other people that have already been really successful in doing events and coaching and training, and learn their system and their model. Because once I started having success in this industry, I started to go to these other courses of people teaching how to speak, how to train, how to coach, and I invested in courses that were like $15,000 that because of what I learned in that course, I made my money back within a week. So I would have invested more in my education and started working with a mentor, are some of the things that I would have done differently in the beginning. Let me go back. I have a couple notes on this. Oh, and another really big thing I would have done in the beginning is create my bigger, more expensive products and packages in the beginning. Because in the beginning, I was kind of figuring out what am I going to offer, and I had one thing that I was selling, was a 3-day event for $2,000. And that was the one thing that I had to offer. So if people couldn't afford it, well, they couldn't get anything because they didn't have the $500 package or the $200 package or the $97 package. I didn't have those packages for those people to buy, so I lost them completely and wasn't able to serve them. But also, at that $2,000 event, people who wanted like more courses and bigger packages that would have paid me $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 for the other programs and stuff that I would have had to provide, I didn't have that. So they came and they paid $2,000. I did have a couple things that they engaged in, but I didn't have the whole breadth and knowledge and all this stuff that I have built out now. So I would have built out all those things earlier in the beginning. So really, for you, the lesson to learn from this is to engage support. Absolute #1 most essential thing if you're getting started in this business, or if you're already in this business and you kind of hit a plateau and want to take it to the next level, is engaging support, working with a mentor who's already done something similar to what you want to do, and investing in your education on how to do this, how to step it up to the next level, going to other events and learning from other people that have already done it, and then creating lots of value. And coming back to this funnel is very early in your business. Create this funnel so that maybe if you're offering this 2 or 3 day event for $19.97, maybe it's not right for people, but they will do the $497 package. So create all these different levels so that you can engage people at whatever level they're at, whatever financial commitment they're ready to make. You're able to support them no matter what level they're at, because then you can help more people make a bigger impact in their lives, and you're not closing the doors anymore. And that will ultimately improve your income as well. So create all these different levels. Really sit down. I encourage you to do this now. Is sit down, figure out who is your market, what's your message that you want to share with them, and how are you going to monetize it going through this funnel? What's the value that you can provide? What are the events that you're going to do? How are you going to build this out for yourself? And I really encourage you to get clear on that as you're going through the process. And you're going to figure it out as you go. That's kind of how I did this. So literally, if I took everything I know now and I started over, I would have the same amount of success I have now in probably about 4, 5, or 6 months, instead of 2 years that it took me to kind of figure this out on my own and just kind of shooting by the hip and figuring out what works. So I really encourage you to get a mentor, go to other events that are going to teach you exactly how to do this, and start creating lots of value, because that's what will really create an impact for you in this industry, is creating lots of value. And get your mind off of, I want to make money, I want to make money, I want to make money. Start providing value to people, giving value, giving value, giving value, and then the money's going to show up. I encourage you to ask yourself every single day, how can I provide more value to more people, more frequently, and in higher volumes? Ask yourself that every single day, answer the question, it'll transform and change your life. Go for it, do it, I encourage you. Next question, last one, is how can I work with you, Josh? So I've gotten lots of questions about, man, I love your stuff, this is the most inspiring video I've seen in a long time, I've saved this in my favorites, I'm going to keep watching it, and how can I work with you? I want to learn more. So basically, working with me, if you're really truly committed to sharing your message and making an impact in other people's lives, then I want to work with you to do that in a big way and in a way that you're going to create an income in your life. Because it's great to have a message and share it, but if you're broke, it doesn't work very well, and you can't make the impact that you truly want to make. So money is absolutely essential to doing this, and it's something that I've gotten very good at. So a couple ways are one through coaching with me. So working with me one-on-one, where I'm going to work with you to get very clear on what is your message, who is your market, and how are we going to monetize it in a big way that you're making an impact and an income. To identifying your funnel, on marketing your events, on engaging and getting coaching clients, on getting speaking gigs, on all these things where you get to work with me one-on-one in your situation, where you're going to get everything that's in here, and I'm going to work extremely hard to build your business so that you can make that impact and income that you want to make. And the next thing, which I'm really excited about, is a live 3-day intensive event that I do called Transformational Teaching, where when you come to this live 3-day event, it's very experiential, where you're not just going to come and sit there and get lots of content and information from me standing on the stage and reading, okay, so first thing you have to do is identify your market and your message, and then you're going to learn how to monetize it. No, this is very experiential, that when you come, you're actually going to learn how to do this, and specifically how to teach and train from the stage as a speaker and trainer. So how do you do this? You're going to learn how to create experiential exercises so that you actually create a huge impact for your students, to what's the structure of this event, whether it's a 1-day event, a 2-day, 3-day, whatever the event is, how do you structure this, the content that you're going to share in a way that's impactful, and most importantly, how are you going to make an offer at the end of the event or during the event that people are running to the back of the room with their credit cards wanting to sign up for all your stuff? How do you do that? Well, at Transformational Teaching, I teach you exactly how to do that, and kind of that side of the business is about half of the event. Is what are you doing speaking and training from stage? Where do you stand on the stage? What are you doing with your arms? How are you engaging the audience? Managing the energy, making it experiential, having written exercises, partner shares, class shares, games and experiences that's going to get a true impact for them, and the structure of the event. Then, and selling from stage, but then also the other half of the event is the business side of this industry. Of once you have this content down and how you're sharing your knowledge and information, how are you building the business? So what are you doing online with your website? How to create amazing squeeze pages. You're going to learn exactly what to do here. You're going to learn how to host webinars. All the softwares that you're going to need to build this business, to how you're creating your websites. What are you using for a merchant account, for teleseminars, for webinars, for your coaching program, for your content management software, for managing your affiliate program. All this stuff, you're going to learn exactly what it is, start implementing it right there at the event, so that when you leave, you've got everything done and ready to rock, that you can have your first event or your first big event doing things differently now, using a different model that's going to be more impactful for you within the next 2 weeks. So you can start making money immediately after the event. So that's something I really encourage you to check that out. Come to Transformational Teaching. It is a 3-day intensive, very content-rich, that's going to totally empower you to create the results that you want in this industry, tap into what this message is for you, and start sharing it in a way that's going to make an impact for other people in their lives, so it's truly fulfilling for you, but also create a huge income in your life. So if anything I've said in this video has aligned with you or resonates with you, and you're truly committed to identifying that message, getting clear on your market, and then monetizing it and making an impact in the world, I encourage you to connect with me personally. So I want to offer you, because you've made it through this entire video, I want to offer you a complimentary session with me for 45 minutes that'll work with you personally, one-on-one, to identify all those things and get clear on where you want to go and work on the strategy that you can start implementing right now to start getting results in this industry. So you can click on the button below this video or the link and just input your information below the video, and connect with me. I'll connect with you over the next couple days and sit down with you in person or on the phone, depending on where you're at in the world, and see how I can serve you to identify your message, your market, start monetizing it in a way that you're going to make a huge impact and a major income. So I look forward to connecting and being able to serve and support you. So click the button below, enter your information, and I look forward to connecting with you soon.